Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Juan Gabriel Santana Santana. My ID number is 1414134, and today we are going to talk about the consonant phonemes. So follow me and we are going to share this together. Consonant phonemes are any speech sounds that are characterized by an articulation with a closure or narrowing of the vocal tract such that a complete or partial blockage of the flow of air is produced. Consonant phonemes are any speech sounds that are characterized by an articulation with a closure or narrowing of the vocal tract such that a complete or partial blockage of the flow of air is produced. There are three categories that we need to take into account when we are going to classify a consonant phoneme. They are voicing, manner of articulation, and place. Manner of articulation refers to how the sound is produced and the way in which the air train is modified as it passes through the vocal tract. Place refers to which articulators we use to produce the sound. And the voice category let us know if the phoneme is voiced or voiceless. Now I'm going to show you a chart that has the phoneme classification and an example of each one. Let's start with the consonant B, which is voiceless, bilabial, stop, and the example that we have is rabbit. We also have K, which is voiceless, lingual velar, stop, and the example that we have is key. We also have sh, which is voiceless, lingual velar, affricative, and the example that we have is church. We also have d, which is voice, lingual velar, stop, and the example that we have is dog. We also have which is voiceless, labiodental, fricative, and the example that we have is phone. We also have g, which is voice, lingual velar, stop, and the example that we have is gust. Alright, we are going to continue with which is voiceless, glottal, fricative, and the example that we have is who. We have j, which is voiced, lingual alveolar, affricative, and the example that we have is giant. We have o, which is voiced, lingual alveolar, liquid, and the example that we have is lion. We have which is voiced, bilabial, nasal, and the example that we have is hammer. We have n, which is voiced, lingual alveolar, nasal, and the example that we have is knife. And the next one that we have is is voiced, lingual alveolar, nasal, and the example that we have is king. Alright, the next one that we have is p, which is voiceless, bilabial, stop, and the example that we have is panda. We have which is voiced, lingual palatal, liquid, and the example that we have is wrist. We have s, which is voiceless, lingual alveolar, fricative, and the example that we have is castle. We have sh, which is voiceless, lingual palatal, fricative, and the example that we have is delicious. We have t, which is voiceless, lingual alveolar, stop, and the example that we have is tent. We have which is voiceless, Lingual dental, fricative, and the example that we have is thump. We have z, 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 which is voiceless. Lingual dental, fricative, and the example that we have is father. We have v, v, which is voiced. Labiodental, fricative, and the example that we have is van. We have w, w, which is voiced. Bilabial, glide, and the example is whale. We have y, y, which is voiced. Lingual palatal, glide, and the example that we have is yellow, yellow. We have z, z, which is voiced. Lingua alveolar, fricative, and the example that we have is zero, zero. And we have z, z, which is voiced. Lingual palatal, fricative, and the example that we have is television, television. So this is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great one and see you next time. Bye bye.